Friday morning. Service Alliance community. How we doing out there? We got our friends TK and Miss Ward with us today. It's Friday.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday.
What's going on, everybody? Miss Ward's driving. She got time to deal with us, but she ain't gonna stop moving. She's out there burning the roads up like always.
On the grind.
Headed to Alabama, man. Headed to Alabama.
There you go.
Good morning, Jeremy. Happy pre-ASTI Freestyle Friday. Kurt Benfield, thanks for tuning in, brother. He was one of our winners, right?
Yep.
Joe, good morning.
Morning.
What's going on? Hey, we are so excited because one, is Friday, but two, we getting ready to travel this weekend. We're going to ASTI. So if you're going to ASTI, you're going to see us there. Let us know what's good. Let us know all about it. We're excited to meet you all. So look for us there. I'll be wearing a hat like this. I got extras if you're interested. We'll be having them available to elevate the industry. But I'll tell you what I want to do first, TK.
What's that?
Let's do this. I want to give a special shout out to our friends, Jenny and Joe Seeley. They have been nominated one of the finalists for the Most Professional Servicer Award for 2023 at the ASTI convention. No, we're not doing that. We'll watch the Bengals beat the Chiefs. But Cavalry Appliance Repair. Remember that one when we go to vote this week? Voting opens up February 1st. Cavalry is in North Carolina. They have 77 reviews with a 5-star rating. And they've been in business about a year, I think. I think they just crossed their 1 year. Lots of good things going on. I'll tell you, if you look them up on Google, their pictures are some of the best. Joe Seeley could be a model for appliance repair stock pictures. And he's not wearing blue overalls, everybody. He's not blue overall guy. He's the real deal. And he's been doing it for 30 plus years and just started his own business. Jenny is posting regular blogs on their website to educate their customers and everything. I'll tell you, when we talk about professional, they got it. They're doing it right.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of people come in and, like me, just want to start off and see what happens. He spent lots of time in the industry and then started his business, and he's doing it the right way. Jenny and Joe together. So that's the shout out for today.
Yep.
And
I think Jenny's doing a class, isn't she?
Yeah, she's teaching I think 1 or 2 classes, or it might be a 2-part class for visions, creating your vision for it's a workshop class. I'm going to make sure to check that out. If you're struggling to figure out how to prioritize and plan your future as a business owner, I highly recommend that class. She's been helping us in our mastermind group.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a preview of what she has to offer, and I got to say it's pretty impressive. So if you're going to ASTI, definitely check out that class and definitely vote for Cavalry Appliance because they are legit. Joe and Jenny they're not just great business owners, they're good people. So they're getting my vote.
Absolutely. Doug Shearer, I think I got Doug's vote. So, anyways, I don't know if we lost Miss Ward. She turned sideways on us,
And she's frozen.
And she froze and muted. So,
can you still hear us?
There she is.
She back. She's back. So let me do this real quick, just so everybody knows about some ASTI highlights. Everything kicks off on Wednesday. If it's your first time, get your plan together, download the app, make sure you get ready, get your plan. If you got multiple people from your team, divide and conquer. If you're bringing techs with you, send your techs to the tech trainings. You go to the business or whatever. Wednesday night, our friends over at the Appliance Hub are doing a meetup. I'll have to double check where it's at, but you can go to the Appliance Hub. It's posted there under events. Thursday night, we're doing our meetup at the Hard Rock Cafe starting at 7 with our good friends over at My Office Help. So be sure to check that out. I think Wednesday and Thursday, Encompass is doing boat rides, which sounds pretty cool. So I'm trying to figure out how I can work that into my schedule. And then Friday night we have the banquet, the big shebang, and then after that there's the tequila tasting party. And if you like to party, then that is the place to be, because I went to the one last year and it was absolutely insane. So it's gonna be a good time, man. I'm looking forward to it. I will say this from my 1 year of experience at ASTI: take it slow. You don't want to burn yourself out the first night or two or the first couple days. It's a lot, man. I saw Doug posting in the social part of the app. I'm gonna need a nap after this, and I thought that was hilarious because I might need enough couple naps throughout the week. And I'm staying on site this year, so I might have to run up to the room for a little shut eye midday before the end of the day.
Amen. Miss Ward, you're coming to ASTI this year too, right?
Are you asking me? Is he putting me on the spot? You broke up, man.
You coming to ASTI?
Yeah, well, I might slide through. I like to be in a enigma. I ain't trying to be out there like that. But I guess you never know. Well, hey, if I am, believe me, I will find y'all asses. For real, for real.
Yes.
We won't be hard to find.
Hey, I like to show up incognito.
Love it.
You've been to ASTI before?
Oh, yeah. When I first got in the industry, that was the first thing I did. I went to ASTI 2019. It was at Trey's Wind Resort down in South Florida, actually Southwest Florida, and had a great time. It was phenomenal, actually.
You got any advice for anybody out there that's going?
Oh, yeah. First of all, go out with a plan. You got the breakdown of the classes and everything offered. I would strongly recommend you look at your points of vulnerability and focus on that. Get exposed, develop relationships, those guys and girls that are introverts, because believe it or not, even though I don't act like it on camera, I'm an introvert. You're going to have to stick your chest out, introduce yourself, meet people, because you're going to develop relationships of a lifetime. I've met people from all over the country that I still communicate with today, and they have been instrumental in my development and growth as a business owner and as a technician. So I definitely applaud. I recommend everyone to go because it's an experience you need to have, but I recommend you go with a plan. When I went initially, the only thing I did was the business side because my focus was that part, because I was setting up my business, and my goal was to go into business and have subcontractors. So I wanted to be able to manage. I wanted to be with the technology advances in that side of the game. So that's why that was where my focus was at the time.
Nice. Yeah, I hope you slide through, Miss Ward, because I feel like we've been friends for years, but I've never got to actually embrace you and tell you how much I love you in
Hey,
person.
everybody needs some chocolate in their life. You know how that goes.
Absolutely.
So
And just to follow up on the appliance hub, I just looked it up. It's going to be at the Smoke Barbecue and Sky Bar at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. So shout out to the hub and all the hubsters out there. Definitely go by. Those are some good dudes. They like to have a good time, and it'll be a good time. So looking forward to it. But drop your questions, man. It's Freestyle Friday. Fire off them questions, whether it's about ASTI, whether it's about whatever. Doug Steer says, incognito. Miss Ward won an award at the banquet and she brought the house down. Okay.
okay.
You won an
Keep
award
calling you
at
out.
ASTI, Miss Ward?
You know what? I'm gonna be very quiet.
What did you win?
I'm gonna be very quiet on that one.
You ain't gonna say what you won?
Hey, like I just said, I'm gonna be very quiet.
All right. We'll respect that. We respect that. I'm going to pick Doug's brain
I'm
on that.
gonna talk to you guys off camera about that. Nothing negative about Asti. Trust me. But yeah.
All right, all right. So if you got questions about anything, you can drop them right here. If you got questions about ASTI, drop them right here. We've all been. We're not vets of it, but we're not the rookies anymore. So let us know what you're looking forward to. If you ain't going, let us know why. What was your hang up, and we can talk about it. I'll tell you, for me, the first year I skipped was 21, and I thought the price was a little high. I was a one-man show, and it's all the way across the country, and you got to stay a week. How am I going to afford this? Well, the next time, I just did it. I didn't have any other techs yet. I just took a week off. And you know what? We didn't ground. You know, I saved up for it. Business was profitable. I bought the tickets. I buy the membership. The membership gives you a discount. I mean, heck, if you're going to ASTI, you basically get half the membership free because you get a big discount on the ticket. So it's like getting the membership for half price. So you just buy the ticket, save up, get your flights, get your hotel, try to stay close. So we was able to do it without a rental car, and we just walked a couple blocks because we booked too late to book at the location last year, right? So we just went a couple blocks down and we walked. You know, it's so invaluable. You know, one of the biggest pieces of advice I took that benefited me from taking that week off was taking the cost of doing business class and realizing I needed to raise my service charge. So I raised my service charge $10. Guess what? Nothing happened. The whole world didn't fall apart.
You didn't go broke, man?
Liens didn't come in, carry my house away. None of that stuff happened. But you know what did happen? I increased my average call by at least $10.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that pays for ASTI this year.
Yep. And I'll say this too, you know, it's not, if you can't make it this year, there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's on your heart to go, start planning now. Don't wait till December of next year. Start saving some money. Start putting a little away. And if your business isn't at the point where you can leave for a week, that's understandable. But I'll say this, the knowledge and the networking and the experience that you'll get is well worth it. So start planning now. You know, if you have techs running for you, I'm extremely fortunate, and EJ and Miss Ward too. We have people out there working. So, you know, I'm not going to say I'm not going to take any kind of hit going to ASTI because me and my partner are going. So that's two less people running calls. But just prioritize it. If it's important to you, prioritize it because it is worth it and it's a good time. And I mean, it's just going to be great. But drop your questions down below. I'm going to flip the topic for a second because I've noticed something this week. And if you're on Facebook, I guarantee you noticed it too if you follow the different Facebook communities. There has been a massive influx of people um, starting to either get into the commercial end of things or starting to look into the commercial end of things. And I will be perfectly honest with you, I have very little commercial appliance repair experience. Um, but it is interesting because I see a lot of talk over at the boot camp about commercial stuff. I've seen some posts in the alliance about commercial stuff. So what I'm gonna try to do, I've reached out to a couple people already. I want to get somebody that specializes in commercial repair on the podcast one day. Just
That
kind
would
of
be
hear more
awesome.
about it, pick their brains. If you're in the comment or in the audience right now and you do commercial, drop something in the comments what you think about it. What are the pros of commercial versus residential? Um, you know, I've heard a few things from people that when you're doing commercial, a lot of times it's hard to get your money, and that they're gonna nickel and dime you to death. But then I've heard the exact opposite of that from people. They're like the money's way better, and I guess one of my apprehensions about commercial is that if that restaurant's oven or range or stove or whatever is down, they want it fixed immediately because that's holding them back from making money. You can't say, "Hey, I'll be there in 2 weeks," because that restaurant has to cook food and that restaurant has to get it done. So I'm interested in learning more. I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying I'm going to start doing commercial appliance repair, but it's definitely interesting. I think it's something that the community, from what I see in the community, people are interested. So, what do y'all think about it, Miss Ward and EJ?
Well, commercial on my end, like I got a call this week from a pharmacy, some type of pharmacy that houses COVID vaccine drugs, and they were saying that their temperature was fluctuating. And you know, I have friends like my boy Courtney that deals with refrigeration, even the ones that are deal with ammonia and things of that nature. So there's always been a demand, but I feel like whatever you do, you need to have some type of structure. Because when you hear people talking about not getting paid, that really has to do with how you go into that business. You follow me? Like there's certain clientele, there's a way you structure, and you just don't put yourself in those situations. I think that any part of appliance repair, I don't think that like if I dealt with a commercial, I'm just doing beverage. I'm doing ice machines and beverages. I don't want to touch nothing else. I want to get my money. I want to go. You know, if I'm doing ice machines, I ain't got that many chemicals. Life is good. I got contracts with McDonald's, Starbucks, the government, and I'm good. You feel me? Like that's how my brain works. Because I'm about, you know, low investment, high profit, quick turnaround. Like I have a friend that has a contract on ice machines with the state of Florida. Killing it, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell you. My mom is a supervisor at a hotel, and she told me that the company that does their ice machines, and there's like 4 or 5 of them on the property, get a contract of 15,000 a year, and what they have to do for that contract is service them all 4 times each quarter, 1 time each quarter, so 4 times a year, and give them priority service any other time. They can still charge for the repairs and parts. I said, shoot. Give me 10,000 and I'll cover everything. I'll cut them suckers right out. But I'll tell you, as I'm looking at it too, TK, I've done the commercial laundry, like in big hotel washers and dryers, and you saw it. You came to my mom's hotel, and I showed you the one that I've been working on. I've worked on both of them, and they're Unimac. They pay. Of course, I got an in to make sure I get paid, but they need it. They need it now, and they don't want to mess around.
Yeah.
So, I get to go up there and I charge what I want. I get travel, and I get a little free room every now and again, or heavily discounted. So commercial's not bad. I don't prefer commercial kitchen because I don't want to deal with all the grease and everything. But I'll tell you this, from what I have seen, most of the ovens and fryers and grills, flat grills and everything, they're very simple.
Yeah.
Very, very simple. If you have access to tech support or like manuals and a good parts supplier for commercial parts, because it's kind of different.
Yeah.
You can't get all of these parts very easily at some of the other suppliers.
Right.
But if you can do it, there's some good money. I'll tell you, I did one for a restaurant in town that's opening up, and it was just a flat grill. I mean, it was 24-inch small thing, and their on-off button broke. I found the part for $25, and I got $200 to go do this, and it took me 10 minutes. And of course, I probably could have got more, but it was a friend that owned the restaurant, so I just made me a quick 175 helping a friend, and it was so easy.
Yeah.
Why not? You look at the fridges; they're all metal. So even if you had to do a sealed system, it ain't like you're burning stuff. You don't have to be careful around all the plastic. It's stainless. You still want to do a good job, but you get to do your thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of experience with commercial. I've dabbled here and there with calls that we've gotten. We're just absolutely too busy to even try to pivot into that market. But it is interesting, and I think that there's a lot of people out there right now that are either getting into it or interested into it. So just a topic I'd like to dig more into because at the end of the day, maybe residential isn't your thing, and maybe commercial is. So
I'll tell you what I do like. I do like coin ops. I don't know why, but I think it's because a lot of people don't want to do them. So, like, the same reason I love working on Samsung, I think is why I like working on coin ops, because people are intimidated by them, and you shouldn't be. So it's got a key on the top and a little coin changer. It's just a mechanism that pushes, and there's just a button in there. It's not that hard. You got to have some security Torx bits, but you get to charge a little extra for it.
Yep.
It is a premium. So
absolutely. All right, guys. We haven't gotten any questions yet. I got to bounce out of here at 8:30. So fire off something. Y'all got 4 minutes.
Saul says Marcone sells commercial kitchen parts.
Thank you
for sure. I'll tell you, sometimes I do get lucky with a standard part, finding it somewhere, but you do got to look a little harder. Doug says my insurance broker told me that commercial appliance repair is cheaper to insure your business.
Well, that's interesting.
I wonder why. I wonder if it's because the business has insurance better than a homeowner. That's a good question. I'll ask. Okay. Miss Ward, you got anything?
Well, I am really big about in anything you do training. I've been trying to team up with some guys in South Florida to just enhance on my commercial side. Um, I've heard, like I can never pronounce it, but the ice machine that starts with an M, that they have, free training online. At
Oh
the end
yeah,
of the day, I'm one of those people. Just pick a niche. If you're gonna do fryers, get you the henny penny training because those are extremely expensive. Not a lot of people work on them. I'm just one of those people. If you're gonna go in, go do it right. Don't get it out there and get stuck because you're thinking that you can put a paper clip in there and you're good to go. You can't play with commercial because you're dealing with food. It's a different game. Like they got the hot side, the cold side. I know guys that go in and rebuild and do stuff for Wawa and places like that, and I just have the game right, you know.
yeah, yeah. That's great advice because every business owner should have a clear vision of what their business is going to do. And if you're gonna flip flop around with every YouTube video you see and every person that says, "Oh, you can get rich doing this," just figure out what you're doing and your niche and what you want to specialize in, and go for it and have a plan. Don't just go in there all nilly willy, hoping for the best. You're gonna fall flat on your face. Have a plan. Get the proper training and know what you're doing, and then go out there and kill it.
And have a bag. You better tell them this. That's my pet peeve. People getting in the appliance repair with no money, like it's a quick lick and a come up. I can't stand that. You better
Yep.
have some money and then be ready to lose some money from making poor decisions because that's how you grow up in business. You got to be able to have some cojones, man. For
Yep.
real. You got to
Yeah.
be prepared.
That's a good topic, Eric, and I ain't calling this guy out, Joe. But this is a real thing. Sometimes most times when you do business with any commercial or warranty company or some other business, they want to put you on net 30. They may or may not pay on time. And again, this ain't about Joe, but it's just to bring up the topic. If you can't support the work for the first 30 days before you get paid or more, you could get yourself in a bad spot. And, there's people that talk about a specific warranty company out there that owes thousands of dollars to different people. And it took a while to get to the point where they said, I ain't doing service for them anymore. And that's a risk.
Yep.
Because if you're not having the warranty company provide the parts, which knowing that is a good way to make sure you have to go there twice for little pay. You don't really set yourself up to bring a part with you. If you're doing that, if you're not doing that and you're doing it the way I recommend, bring the parts, charge for your parts. You get markup on them. You get the opportunity to control when you can go back and get it done. You're gonna have to wait. So you're gonna have parts bills with your parts supplier accounts, and you may not have the money specifically to pay for it.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to get a good parts supplier account that gives you net 30 also, or you're gonna have some kind of business credit or a stack somewhere in your sock drawer to get yourself out of that bind. And I don't like to play like that. Like my business runs well enough that I can run and wait for a paycheck, but I'm really particular about who I sign up with those kind of things with. You know, I
And
want to.
I gotta bounce off of here, EJ. But I wanna echo that with one more thing. If you're fairly new to this game, get your receivables in order out the gate. If you are not staying on top of your receivables and you are not reconciling your payments regularly, you will lose money. You will let things slip through the crack. It's so important that you stay on top of those receivables. I know for a fact, and this is just you guys learn from my mistake, and I'm sure there's others out there that did this too. I know for a fact that the first few years I was doing this, I did not stay on top of my receivables properly because I'd never ran this type of business before. I did contracting before. You gave me half my money up front, and then once the job was done, or quarterly payments or whatever. But in this, when you start rocking and rolling, and you're doing 6 to 8 calls a day, and you're doing property management work or this type of work, and it's net 30, you have to have your systems in place to make sure you're getting paid. Because one of the biggest mistakes you can make is go out there and run all these calls and you don't have any system to track your receivables. You don't know what's owed to you. You don't know if this person's paid. You let this slip through the crack. Stay on top of your receivables. EJ and Miss Ward, y'all keep doing your thing. I gotta go.
All right. We'll see you, TK, in person. And let me switch this up just a sec. There we go. And you're frozen now. So that's a big deal. I'll tell you because I'm transparent and I give it to you real too. Uh, I always wondered how some people could end up being owed $5,000. I was like, are you kidding me? If somebody owed me $5,000, I wouldn't know what to do. But right now, as three techs, I'm carrying accounts receivable around 10,000, and it gets paid. But I got to keep up with my warranty filing. I got to keep up with my property managers, making sure they're paying their checks, and we make sure we get cards on file for anybody that maybe ain't going to be there. Like Mark Kelly says, he's been doing this much longer than me. Take it from him. So get all that in line. But to the business, so we can close up shop and get ready for the weekend to get ready for Asti. We want to handle some business. She's not on anymore, but I do want to give a shout out to Miss Ward. Check out her YouTube channel on Solid Steps to Wealth, and it's about her journey into appliance repair. And every time she needs to kick herself in the pants, she does it on YouTube so that you can get kicked in the pants too. She gives you the PG-13 version on our show, but she gets real. So if you need that, check it out. It's a big deal. We have our sponsors, myofficehelp.com. Shayna and Jason Shadowin leading the team of CSRs. They handle all the office stuff. They're answering my phones and have been for, I don't know, 8-9 months now. And it's really helped me go to the next level and focus on what I do best. And I let them do the rest. TMM Academics, Brother B and Rick down in Hollywood, Florida. They are doing the training for your techs. If you're a tech, or if you have techs, or maybe you're a one-man show and need some extra training, I went down and took the sealed system class, and it really gave me a better understanding of how the systems work and how to do it. You get hands-on experience every day you're down there, and they break it down between the two of them. If you can't understand what they're teaching, something's wrong, because they make sure that you get it in different ways so that everybody can understand. And itdwebdesign.com. That's our brother Mike. He is doing website design, SEO, and even though he don't like to, he'll manage your Google ads. He took over mine last year about this time, the end of December, and really changed things. It took about a month or two for the SEO to start taking off, but when it did, my gross dollars doubled that month, and it's worth every penny. You need a good SEO to do anything in this industry. Doug, thank you so much. I can't wait to give you a hug when we get there to ASTI. We'll see you in just a few days. And of course, check out servicealliancegroup.com. We are for you. If you're a business that is trying to start, run, or grow your business, we want to help. We have the resources, tools you needed, coaching, whatever. You can go to servicealliancegroup.com, sign up for an all-access membership, and you also get a 50% off on the masterminds that are coming up. So February 4th, I believe, is the last day to sign up, and we're going to start the masterminds on February 11th. Other than that, we'll see you when we get back. We'll be doing live morning grinds and stuff from ASTI, so tune in next week too. Monday, I'm not sure what's going to happen Monday. If you don't see us on Monday, don't freak out. We'll be traveling super early Monday morning to get out there, and we'll see you when we do. This is the Service Alliance Group signing off. Don't forget to elevate the industry.